My name is Mike Stringer, and this is my journey to becoming the greatest UFC fighter of all time. I start off as usual, working my taxi job in order to make money while, yes, I am making some good money from fighting. It's not like I'm fighting every week or every month. There is big gaps between my fights, which mean I gotta keep working, I gotta keep grinding outside of fighting, outside of training. And well, as much as I wish that this would be the only job I had, fighting, I gotta search for more, even apart from being a taxi driver. It's late at night after a couple of good hours as a taxi driver, driving people around the city, around town. I'm gonna go ahead and put on my best suit. Gonna go up to this local liquor store and see if they're willing to give me a job. And luckily, I'm able to get hired almost instantly. Show me around, show me how things are done. Oh, it's good to know. I'm gonna be able to depend on 2 different jobs just in case things don't go my way. Not sure, if anything bad will happen between my fights, a injury or so that can put me out for a while. So it's good to have something to rely on. But apart from that, it is back to work. So up next we have Douglas Ray. So just like I gotta put that work in as a taxi driver, as the main man, the cash register at the liquor, I gotta put that work in. Unfortunately, I did receive some minor injuries. Fortunately for me, I was quickly able to heal those. Couple staples, a little bit of ice packs. A couple days later, it is finally fight night. Coming off of another hard day of work. Some driving around the city as a taxi driver, working at the liquor, that cash register, even getting a couple reps in at the gym. Keeping it light though, as tonight is fight night. And I am ready to head out. Fortunately for me, the venue, it is happening straight here in my home of Los Angeles, California. So I step outside of my house, I hop into my car, and we are headed to the stadium for this big match. And sooner or later, we will be looking for that championship belt. But we got to keep on getting those victories the way I've been getting them, with some knockouts, some big victories. If I want to continue to have eyes on me, continue to, search for the goal, not only to become a champion here, but also to join the UFC at some point as we arrive at the stadium. It is now fight night. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the WFA. We have Mike Stringer, Douglas Ray. A nice little match right here to open up the evening. We have over here Stringer, who has been in phenomenal form ever since joining the WFA. Currently undefeated, has won every single match by knockout in round 1. This man has some force, both in his arms, but specifically those kicks. That man has powers in both the right and left leg, but it is that left leg, the one that he has a whole leg sleeve on, all those tattoos. That is where he carries the majority of his power. His left leg has allowed him to pull off some crazy knockouts in here tonight against Douglas Ray. He's going to look to continue that. On the other hand, we have Douglas Ray has also gotten a good amount of victories here within the WFA. Unfortunately for him, has not been able to get in the spotlight the same way that Mike Stringer has. As things may be over nice and quickly, as Mike Stringer just absolutely destroying Douglas Ray, who now gets up. A little slip right there from Stringer. Fortunately for him, he is able to get up quickly. Hits a big leg kick in a second, what we were talking about. That left leg in for a reason, as Mike Stringer, another match and another knockout. Congratulations to the man as he continues moving up the rankings. Look at that left kick straight to the head of Douglas Ray. Doesn't even know what happened, what hit him. And just like that, another victory for Douglas Ray. And there was another victory for me. I felt very confident, I felt prepared, and I was happy, not only with the check, but also with my performance. But talking about that check, we got a nice $50K plus a bonus we're going to go ahead and splash some cash early on. See, I have a nice car with me. Unfortunately, it looks like I'm sponsored by Sprite, by Mountain Dew. It's not the nicest color. So we're going to go ahead and hop into a nice little mechanic, little customization store. One of my good boys is looking to give me a nice little discount, as the more that I get them knockouts, the more that the spotlight is on me, the more people start hearing my name and knowing me. They see me out in the city and they recognize me. So we are able to get a nice little discount right here, save some money. We're going to go ahead and go for a nice little black and red color. And now this car is looking beautifully, but we're not going to finish there. We're also going to go ahead and switch up the tires a little bit, switch up them rims, and now we are good to go. Now this looks like a nice car. We are no longer looking like we're sponsored by Sprite. And now we head off to celebrate our victory. We head off to my local club, get a little bit of drinks. It's time to dance. It's time to celebrate another big victory for myself as I continue searching for that WFA championship and a UFC contract. Up next, we have Connor King. And well, before we can focus on the training, focus on the matches, got to go ahead and work my hours at the liquor. Afterwards, it is non-stop, straight to the taxi, driving, zooming through the city, trying to get as much tips, as much cash as I can, because I mean, everything costs money. Well, fortunately, afterwards, we're heading out. Gonna go ahead and allow myself to go even harder. We have this little place that I found to do some calisthenics, so we go ahead and hit that down here at the beach. Afterwards, I'm able to hit the jog for a little bit, and only stopping when I'm able to find a nice little basketball court. See some guys over there by the stands. Gonna go ahead and ask them to hoop. Just because I'm a UFC fighter, just because I'm a WFA fighter does not mean I can't hoop either. And the last of this little workout to say, it's gonna be hitting them weights. Probably my favorite thing to do. Deadlift, bench press, curls, all of that involves heavy lifting, I love to do. And well, with that, it is time for our next fight. Connor King, he is 6-1. Let's jump into it. Welcome to the WFA. Here tonight we have Connor King, Mike Stringer. Let's go ahead and begin this match. And well, Mike Stringer in his previous fight was able to get a phenomenal knockout with his left leg. Gonna definitely try to continue that again here tonight. He has shown intense power from his legs, his arms. He's gonna look for another knockout as he is still undefeated. All wins by knockouts in the first round. I believe the only time he didn't get a knockout in the first round was in Dana White's Contender Series, but since joining the WFA, he has been in phenomenal form. And Connor King, he is a very good fighter, but I think that there is no one like Mike Stringer here within the WFA, which means you can't really practice, you can't really prepare for someone like Mike Stringers. Right now, he takes control on top of King. Some big hits to the face, and this may be a knockout right here. King trying to potentially have some time to catch his breath, to just relax, but Stringer not allowing for that, continuing to lay punch after punch. It's Mike Stringer continuing to try to lay some big hits. King is finally fighting back. Mike Stringer now letting him get to his feet as Mike Stringer looking for a kick right there. King is hit by a big left and now a big hook as well, as Stringer maybe looking for the knockout. And there it is. There it is. The referee has called it. Mike Stringer with another knockout. This man is something that we have never seen before. Congratulations to Mike Stringer. And with that, I was on a hot streak. Another victory and another enormous knockout for myself. And well, after this, the town, the people of Los Angeles were starting to learn my name very quickly, so much so that first and foremost, the WFA did not want to let go of me. They went ahead and offered me another contract, a 5-fight contract. I was going to go ahead and sign it. I was building momentum, building my popularity here as I'm now the 15th rank here in the lightweight division. And next up would be Clark Cabrera. But as I was saying, I was, becoming a little more known in LA, and I was able to find myself a nice friend, just like me, loves cars. I love customizing my car. Am I able to do it a lot? No. I still don't have that type of money, but this man right here, oh, look at this beauty. My boy said, this is my car. This is my prized possession. But I heard you like cars, and I'm a good mechanic. I can do some good upgrades to your car. Come out and check out my car just so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So I hop in that car, ready to celebrate. Usually I like to celebrate by going to the club, dancing a little bit, drinking, smoking, just having a good time, letting loose. But tonight, after this big victory, after signing a new contract, I was going to go ahead and start speeding through the city. Now, luckily for me, this isn't my car, which means if I get pulled over or anything, which I probably won't even be able to get caught up by the cops, but if something were to happen, this car isn't under my name. I'm hoping I won't get to, into any trouble. So we are just zooming through the city. But enough fun right there, as now it is time to go ahead and hop back into training, and just like that, it is fight night. But unfortunately, my opponent goes out, and we have the option of accepting a late replacement or skipping the fight, but your boy never backs down. Let's go ahead and take the fight. Welcome to the WFA. We got Mike Stringer, Miguel Herrera. Now, I usually like to talk at the beginning of the first round. However, Mike Stringer, this man has a tendency of getting knockouts within the first round. So we got to jump straight into this. No talk, no nothing. Don't waste any time. Oh, big knee right there by Herrera. He is looking to give Mike Stringer his first professional loss here. Mike Stringer, on the other hand, trying to continue the hot streak that he's on. Undefeated still. Winning every single match by knockout, and just like that, he's done it again. Mike Stringer is phenomenal. This man has immense power. No one can stop him. And here tonight, able to get yet another victory. The lightweight champion better watch out, because Mike Stringer continues to climb up the rankings. And surely he will soon be coming for that championship title. And just like that, I continued my phenomenal form. People were starting to give me the nicknames like The Flash, One Punch Man. Well, it was time to celebrate another victory. I continued to knock out my opponents with ease, with power, with swiftness, with quickness. I mean, surely that championship match would be coming very soon, but for now, going back to a different way of celebrating, another way that I like to celebrate. Just because I'm broke does not mean I'm not willing to spend a couple dimes in order to have some fun. That is by throwing all my money away at the casinos, hoping to see if we can win something. I don't think we'll leave with profit, but as long as we can take a dub right here, win back some money, I'll take that. And I'll get out of here as soon as we do get some money, if we are able to get any, as we have just a little bit of money left. Unfortunately, right there, we are able to get 250 back. We still lose around 730, but that's all right. Good way to celebrate. And quickly after, I would find out my next opponent, Brian Randall, number 11th ranked. But before this match, I wanted to do something that I hadn't done in quite some time. I mean, definitely been about a year since I visited my grandparents. And even though they live near Los Angeles, I mean, I'm a busy man. Fighter, gym, working has not given me the time to spend time with those who I truly love. So I decide to take a late night drive and go ahead and head back to the place where I grew up, my grandparents' house. Now, you guys know a lot about my current me, what I do in my day-to-day, how things are going. But as I chill here with my grandparents, it's time you guys learn that my parents were never really in the picture. It was usually my grandparents who took care of me, so it was nice to catch up with them. I ended up spending the night, and very early in the morning, I unfortunately did have to leave as it was time for fight night, but it was definitely great being able to change up my preparation for this fight, being able to see my grandparents and reminding me that I gotta get them out the mud. I gotta keep fighting, keep making that money. Welcome to the WFA. We have a lightweight bout match. Brian Randall, number 11th ranked versus Mike Stringer, 15th ranked. We have a big match here. And it's time to see if Stringer has just been, getting lucky with his previous opponents, or if he truly is the monster who we have seen as quickly he's able to knock down Randall. I mean, Stringer being able to stay undefeated, knockout after knockout after knockout. As right here, he's looking to get another one done. Randall's not able to do nothing, and it seems as though Stringer is not, fluking around here. He is able to beat everyone, including ranked fighters. And I mean, if you went to go take a bathroom break, you already missed a spectacular match because another victory for Mike Stringer. Another knockout. Randall didn't even stand a chance. We saw a slight slip up from Mike Stringer at the very beginning of the match, but quickly he proved that wasn't enough to stop him. So Mike Stringer is able to get another victory here tonight. This man is dangerous. Eyes are already all over him from the UFC, the WFA lightweight champion. So watch out for him. Next up, we have Martin Garcia. So it is back to training, and there's no better training for stamina than running up these steep hills that I have around my home. It's a nice home, but what's even nicer are the houses and the streets around me. Those are where the true rich people live. And as you guys see, this steep hill right here where normally some people take it slow, I try to go as much as I can. I haven't been in any long matches yet, but just in case if it's needed, I gotta build my stamina up. And well, as I was running up this hill, I went ahead and found something, well, very nice. As I said, rich people live here. And what a freaking house this was. Curiosity grew over me. I decided to check this out, the Rich Man Villa. Seemed like there was no cars, and well, I was curious to see what a true rich man lived like. So I decided to go ahead and jump over, be a little sneaky about it, and I guess this was just another reminder that I'm still very far from where I want to be. I saw my friend's car that he let me drive. Now checking out this incredible mansion, making my house look like a Barbie playhouse. And that's just a reminder that just because I do have some money now, just because I'm able to upgrade my cars and, live off of fighting, does not mean that I'm anywhere close to where I want to be. I am still far away from it. And as I was checking out this house, man, I mean, freaking beautiful balcony. You got beautiful plants. I mean, this house is huge. You got a nice little place to chat up with your friends. It is a phenomenal house, and I probably shouldn't have been here sneaking in. But man, when you see something so beautiful with whatever those things are called, I mean, I'm so, compared to this, still so broke. I don't even know what those are called. And it has a bar, it has a pool, it has a hot tub, but now imagine what's inside. Just a reminder that I am still so far from what I want. Well, better get away from here before I end up getting caught sneaking in. And on my way back home, I decided to go ahead and check the internet. That's where I found the exact, mansion that had technically just broken into, the Rich Man Villa. I could buy it for around $13 million plus customization, I mean, probably could go up towards 17 million, which I was nowhere near close buying. Heck, at my current house, I was still renting. So now having to buy something like this, there were more mansions, but the one that I wanted was a rich man villa, but nowhere close to that. And while I was looking at things I couldn't buy, I decided to look at some cars. I have the RE78 right there. Phenomenal car that I would love to get someday. And then the Trident, or a Lamborghini, whatever you want to call it. But again, not in my, range just yet. But it is time for another fight. I gotta keep fighting if I want to have the dreams of owning something like that one day. Let's go ahead and jump into this match. Martin Garcia, Mike Stringer. Lightweight bout here in the WFA. And let's jump straight into this because Mike Stringer, I've been saying it over and over again, this man ends matches in a blink of an eye. As Mike Stringer with a big left kick right there. Now, big knees onto Garcia right there. The Mexican man has been working his way here in the WFA. Unfortunately for him, he has been met up by Mike Stringer here in this match. The man who many are calling the Flash, the One-Punch Man, the Grim Reaper. There are some crazy nicknames, but it is for a reason because he knocks out every single one of his opponents in round one. Still undefeated in here tonight. He's looking to continue that as Mike Stringer continues some big punches. At least not there, actually. He decides he's going to try to potentially look to grapple. No. Instead, he gets up. He wants his opponent to stand. He wants to knock him out. Big left kick, and now some big punches straight to the face of his opponent. Mike Stringer looking to put this match away. Already been one of the longest matches for Mike Stringer's career, which is crazy to talk about. Garcia holding on here strong, has a strong jaw. We do see a lot of those tendencies with Mexican fighters. I mean, we see the likes of famous boxer Canelo Alvarez having one of the strongest, jaws in, you could say, the whole world. So the Mexicans do have a tendency of that. However, Mike Stringer wants to go ahead and prove that he can still knock that out, as with a big left kick, Mike Stringer is able to get the knockout. Once again, it is Mike Stringer knocking out his opponents in round one. And once again, it is Mike Stringer who is able to get the victory here tonight. Congratulations to him, and I keep saying it to the lightweight champion. You better watch out because Mike Stringer is coming after you. And there it was, another victory for me. And of course, I was ready to celebrate. But not only celebrate this victory, I was also going to celebrate my ranking now, as the more victories that I got, the more I moved up the rankings. As now, 7 victories, I am 10th ranked. And up next, we have this Russian man. Couple hours before my fight, just woke up, feeling good. I'm feeling ready to start off my day. I've been working hard, both at my job and in training. Here tonight, I'm going to go ahead and start off my day with some nice toast and coffee. Afterwards, I do plan on going ahead and just watch some TV, relaxing. But something that I like doing is still staying ready, still training a little bit before my matches. So here tonight, here this morning, I'll go ahead and chill for a little bit, check out the camera, see if there's any shenanigans going around, continue watching my cartoons. But then, I'm off to go grind. I also got to go show off this car a little bit. But as I'm going to go and work out today, go ahead and take the long way there. So once again, I want to go ahead and take a look at this mansion, man. It sucks. I'm this, high from where I came. I used to live in a garage, but I guess humans are always going to want more, even having a house now. Hoping that one day I can go ahead and own this mansion right here, the Rich Man Villa. But for now, it is time to get to work, continuing to build that stamina. No better way than swimming against the tides of Mother Nature, just swimming and just building up my stamina, both underwater, holding my breath, And again, going against the current, but now it is fight night. Let's go ahead and see if we can get another victory. Welcome to the WFA. We have Maxim Smirnov versus Mike Stringer here tonight. The Russian man has been in phenomenal form, undefeated in his last 3 matches. However, same can be said for Mike Stringer, who is undefeated in his last 7 matches, including Dana White's Contender Series. And oh my days! That must have been a 15-20 second match. Mike Stringer has definitely been putting the work in because he has quickly knocked out his opponents. I mean, I didn't even finish introducing both of the fighters here tonight. Mike Stringer. Oh, this man has potential to potentially be the greatest fighter, the greatest MMA fighter of all time. Another quick knockout for Mike Stringer. And another big victory. Congratulations to Mike Stringer. This man just does not know how to lose or take punches. Next up, I would go ahead and have a rematch against Martin Garcia. But before then, it was time to go ahead and celebrate the way I loved. And well, all I'm going to say is if you know, you know. Had a good time right here. In fact, I ended up meeting a nice little girl. A nice woman. That sounds wrong. A nice woman. You know, maybe I can change her. Maybe I can make her my girlfriend. But for now, Martin Garcia versus Mike Stringer. Match number 2. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Welcome to the WFA. We have Mike Stringer, Martin Garcia. This is the second time these guys have faced off against each other. Last time, Garcia was able to hold off for a decent amount of time against Stringer, going about a little over a minute, which sounds like nothing, but the way that Mike Stringer moves, I mean, that is a heck of a long time to be able to stand up and fight against Mike Stringer. Garcia here tonight has claimed that he can beat Mike Stringer, that this man does not know how to grapple. And here tonight, Garcia is going to go ahead and try to take him to the ground and force Mike Stringer to grapple. And it looked like he had a good opportunity right there, but Garcia maybe also looking for a knockout, wanting to get revenge after he was knocked out, which may be a mistake because this is Mike Stringer's most comfortable zone. And yes, another knockout with that left leg from Mike Stringer. Once again, knocking out Garcia. Lots of talk, but wasn't able to prove it. Instead, it is Mike Stringer with another big knockout, another big victory. The streak continues. This man still undefeated, and he is surely closer than ever to that WFA Lightweight Championship. Congratulations to Mike Stringer. And it was another victory for myself, but afterwards, I had a big decision to make. See, my coach said I could go ahead and jump into the UFC. They will offer me a contract, or I could stay here in the WFA and keep building myself up. And as much as I did want to go to the UFC, that was my lifelong dream. I wanted to go ahead and become lightweight champion here at WFA before I left. So next up, we have Davis Oliver. We are now the 9th ranked fighter, while Davis is the 5th. So we are going to go ahead and jump into a match with him, hoping we can take his spot. But before then, now that I'm in the top 10, man, that money is big. And unfortunately, I don't need the cab. I don't need the liquor store. So I head down to the first place that hired me. I give them a thank you, but I tell them I quit. My time here is done. I explain, of course, I'm a fighter. I'm a little too known now, at least here within Los Angeles. And I'm getting good money now. I don't have to depend on these places, which is good for me, making more money. And now it is time to hop in against Davis Oliver, number 5 ranked. Welcome to another WFA lightweight belt match. We have Mike Stringer against Oliver, number 5 ranked Oliver. Mike Stringer looking to go ahead and take that number off of him, as Mike Stringer has been in phenomenal form. I keep trying to see if any person here within WFA lightweight division can even, go around with Stringer, but it seems like no one can, as once again another knockout. Mike Stringer, less than a minute, able to get the victory against number 5 ranked Oliver. This man is showing that there is no one in this division that is on his level. Mike Stringer, I don't know what you're doing at your gym at home to prepare yourself so damn well, but it is working, as he is able to get yet another victory and another knockout. And now maybe he can go ahead and call himself the number 5 ranked fighter in this division. Next up, another top prospect here in the WFA, Milton Ford. That man has been claimed to be the next Conor McGregor. Not from the same country, but their same characteristics to say. But if there is one thing that I have been learning as a fighter, is that you gotta celebrate, you gotta enjoy yourself just as much as you gotta put that work in. So here tonight, after a long day of work, which happily now only has to be hitting the gym as I'm getting big money from the WFA, I decide to go ahead and hit up the local fair, hopping on the roller coaster. I'm the only one there, but I'm just here to relax, de-stress a little bit. As much as I have been on fire and in control in all of my matches, this next match with this man having so much potential, the same as me, it is a little nerve-wracking. So heading to the fair, hopping on the roller coaster, just enjoying myself allows me to de-stress a little bit and just prepare for my match. And next up, the Ferris wheel. Now, there has been some concern from the media. They have been seeing me at the clubs drinking when I am not of the legal age to drink, but that is alright. If that ever becomes a problem, we'll deal with it. I go ahead and grab a nice little glizzy before I leave, and that was a nice way to relax. Good way to just de-stress and forget about fighting and just enjoy life overall. But now, Milton Ford, big fight. Both future faces of MMA. Let's do this. Milton Ford, Mike Stringer, 2 potential faces of MMA. I mean, surely if either of them ever get a UFC contract, they have the skill and the potential to be able to become UFC not only champions, but legends. And this is a dream match for so many WFA fans who have been waiting for these two to go ahead and fight each other nice and early. It is going to go ahead and be Stringer, who continues the same formula, the same recipe that he has followed in every single one of his matches, and that is hit hard and fast. Do not allow your opponent to do any damage to you. Instead, you do all the damage. And Mike Stringer able to drop forward right there once again. Mike Stringer is going to go ahead and look for the knockout, and with the left kick, nice roundhouse kick, is able to get the knockout here tonight. Mike Stringer showing that while both of them may be future faces, future Hall of Famers of the UFC, it is Mike Stringer who is the better fighter here tonight. Congratulations to Mike Stringer on another victory, another big knockout, and a big celebration to prove that for the moment he is the better fighter. And well, fortunately for me, there was no need to worry, there was no need to stress, as it seemed as though I was the true future of MMA. Another victory to my name. And next up, David O'Brien, 3rd ranked. Before then, about a day before my match, I got invited to a big party on a private island. Maybe it wasn't the smartest decision to go ahead and well, not only go party, but leave right before a big fight, fighting number 3 ranked, a man, making all these friends. They're flashing their money their private jets, their planes, their freaking private islands in your face. I mean, it makes you want to go ahead and go hang out with them. Go to their parties, make friends with them. Maybe they give you some money. Maybe you can, fake it till you make it and have that lifestyle too. Man, this is so private and so well, I guess, securityed. I don't know what the word is. There was a private driver who had a bulletproof chest plate from Minecraft protecting himself, but I arrived to the party, and of course, your boy knows how to have fun. I found some nice twins, started dancing it up with them, talking it up. However, I did have a girl at home. If you guys don't remember, I went to that special shoe store, found me a girl. We've been hanging out, talking it out. Wouldn't call her my girlfriend just yet, but maybe. It seems as though I can change her. I can go ahead and maybe put a ring on it, but for now, she isn't here. I'm going to keep drinking and keep dancing it up with these twins right here, as, I don't know, maybe I can go ahead and get lucky, and, well, I did. I got that double trouble 2-for-1 special, and after a couple of hours of partying, still decided I was going to be a little mature, act my age, act accordingly, and luckily I was able to be prepared for my fight. Welcome to the WFA. We have a lightweight bout match. Mike Stringer versus David O'Brien. Big opportunity right here for Stringer to continue to climb up the rankings. This man has been in phenomenal form, still undefeated, both here in the WFA and just in his professional MMA career, as he has been in phenomenal form here in the WFA, winning every single match by knockout. And in the first round, there has been some circulations of him partying up in private islands and different nightclubs, which do scare a lot of fans. He still is underage, but if he can keep fighting, at least in my eyes, he can keep doing what he's doing. He can keep sniffing that snow if that's what he's doing, legal or not. Guess what? I'm not a cop to be hating or to be judging him honest. O'Brien taking some big hits right there, is able to take Mike Stringer to the ground. Unfortunately, Mike Stringer showing some grappling skills right there, quickly escaping, and now back up to his feet as Mike Stringer, takes a big hit right there. O'Brien potentially could be taking Mike Stringer to the second round. Maybe too early to tell, but so far, this has been the longest match in Mike Stringer's WFA career, as O'Brien is doing a very good job right here. Now doing some big damage onto the hamstrings of Mike Stringer. Both the left and the right switching off right there, making sure that both are equally damaged. And now trying to take him to the ground. Mike Stringer fighting hard right there, and now countering. As now some big hooks, and now Mike Stringer able to escape the hold. Mike Stringer now, big kick. However, O'Brien kicks at the same time once again. Both men trying to do the same thing at the same time, but it is Mike Stringer who is able to do it better. Another knockout for the man. Who cares if he's out in a private island having his fun, as long as he shows up here and he continues winning? There is no doubt in my mind that this man can become a star. As long as he gets the business done inside of the ring, he can become a Hall of Famer all over MMA. It doesn't even have to be in the UFC, the WFA. I mean, there are so many different promotions. This guy could conquer them all. Congratulations to Mike Stringer. Now time for number 2 ranked, this Englishman right here, Aiden Walsh. But before then, once again by my good friend who allowed me to use his car, we go by the name of Yao Ming. It's a nice little ongoing joke we have between each other. He invites me to a car meetup here in Los Angeles and lets me know that this has been going on for months. People go here, sell their cars, buy cars, race cars. I mean, everything to do with cars, and I do love my cars indeed. So I go ahead and show up, check things out, look at all the cars, looking at all the engines. I mean, once again, as much as I am technically here looking at these beautiful cars, it's a reminder that I'm still so far from where I want to be. I look at my car and, well, Looks nice, but it definitely does not belong here. And I'm able to find my friend, and he gives me the opportunity to go ahead and test drive yet another car. I mean, look at this beauty. Sponsored by CNT Local News. But I don't care about no sponsorships. I don't care about that right now. I am just worried about this beautiful car and making sure I don't crash. Sure, things are very open right here, but I still want to be safe. I know I like to go crazy with the partying, with the cars out on the street, but right here it can still be dangerous. But damn, is this car nice. Continuing to remind me that the job isn't finished. I gotta keep working. Well, after that, I said, you know what? Enough waiting. I've saved up some money. I'm gonna go ahead and splash the cash. I'm gonna go ahead and buy a Banshee GTS. All white out. Go ahead and purchase it, and look at this bad boy. Now I can go ahead and show up to the car meet in style. And definitely some upgrades I would still love to do onto this car, but oh, is this car ready to race, ready to fly? I go ahead and go back to the car meet, take it out for a spin. Right now it's not as nice as my friend's car, the previous two cars that I took out for a test drive, but the special thing is, this is my car. I don't gotta return the keys. I don't gotta worry about that. This is my car for the keeping. I have splashed the cash. Now I can be driving in style. So of course, I gotta use that accelerator a little bit. Go ahead and enjoy that speed. And while I already spent a good milli on this, I ain't satisfied. We want to go ahead and upgrade this to the fullest, adding some lights, changing up the livery, you know, making it look like a freaking race car, you know, changing the suspension, the engine, maybe adding some turbo in there, changing up the rims, the wheels, adding a little bit of everything to truly make it my car. Where you see this car around town, you're going to go ahead and say, yep, that is Mike Stringer. And look at this beauty that we have been able to acquire. Lots of money spent, but I would say money very well spent, as now I'm ready and I'm feeling a whole lot more, you know, up there as in richness, as in skills. Look at the garage so far, looking very nicely, and I ended up buying a membership at the car meet. $50,000, that was a lot, but came with some nice prizes. I was able to get 2 free trucks, one looking like Mater, one looking like a lowrider truck. But the main event, the main beauty, was the Banshee GTS. And man, when I was zooming off to this next fight, oh, I was feeling ready. Acceleration, adrenaline, ready for this next match. Ready to go ahead and get the victory. Welcome to the WFA. We have another lightweight bout match. This is the co-main event here tonight. We have Aiden Walsh against Mike Stringer. Big match. Number 3 ranked Stringer versus number 2 ranked Walsh here tonight. Both gentlemen want to go ahead and get the victory now. Stringer, of course, I mean, he has been in phenomenal form. He has been doing incredible things. Now officially over the age of 21, he can go ahead and party it up as he would like. But one thing that doesn't change with age is the skills of Mike Stringer. The only thing that does change is how much better it has gotten. This man has been a knockout machine. The Grim Reaper, the Flash, One Punch Man. I personally love the Grim Reaper as he has been taking souls, knocking people out like his life depends on it. And just like that, just as we were talking about it, Mike Stringer, this man, oh my days, able to get yet another knockout here tonight. Another knockout for Mike Stringer and another victory. Still undefeated here in the WFA and able to get yet another victory. Congratulations to the man who does not know when to stop. This guy at the moment is undeniably the best lightweight in this division. All he's missing to confirm this is that championship title. And shortly after this victory, that championship match is next. And well, next up, Milton Ford, a man I had already beat before. He became the WFA champion. He would be a future face of MMA. I beat him. Well, it seemed as though he wasn't too pleased. We accidentally bumped into each other on the street, walked away, cussed me out, and I was not going to let that slide. I bumped into him as well, returning the favor, but when he started laying some hits on me, I showed no mercy. Forget the rules of MMA. I started beating the crap and stomping the crap out of this guy. And this would go ahead and ignite a fire in me before this title match. A video had leaked online about our brawl, and before this championship match, things were already very interesting. I had beat him in a brawl outside of the ring. I had already beat him inside of the octagon. And now, in the second fight inside of the ring, third overall for the championship, what could I go ahead and do? My mind was racing. I could hear the commentator, the fans, screaming and shouting. This was my biggest match yet. Not only because I had the opportunity at becoming the new WFA lightweight champion, but because this man had done something that had never happened to me before outside of the streets, talking smack. And I know once you get to the UFC, it is all about talking smack. It's all about the press conferences, the promos, but that was never me. I got the job done inside of the ring and focused on me outside, but this man had gone on, bumped into me, no excuse me, instead cussed me out, and all that talk just to get beat up by me. But still, the anger, the fuel and fire inside me continued, and I was looking to knock this boy out for a second time inside of the octagon. He was doing a very good job so far of staying in it, but I didn't care about the time. I was just worried about the result. I would tempt him with some kicks, seeing if he would budge. Unfortunately, it would end up helping him as he was able to take me down, laying some good hits right there. But me, I continued doing my game, not worried about him, just making sure that I was able to get that knockout on this guy. Shutting him up one last time, I was able to bring him down. Now with some big fists, looking to become the WFA lightweight champion. And just like that, I had done it. This man had ran his mouth. He had bumped into me and tried to beat me up outside of the octagon. But now, including that brawl, I was 3-0 against him, showing him that I was the true face and the true future of MMA as a whole. And now, as WFA lightweight champion, I had completed my goal of what I wanted here. And well, everything lined up perfectly. This would have been my final match on my WFA contract. And up next was the one that I truly wanted. I could have stayed in the WFA, but the goal all along was to become the greatest UFC fighter of all time. So we signed a 3-fight contract. UFC, be ready, because Mike Stringer is on his way to terrorize the lightweight division, to become champion, and to be the undisputed GOAT of this MMA sport.